Recently, I made a tote bag using 2 of these $1.50 drying mats from the dollar store. I sewed them together to make the bag, and then I used an old towel to make the straps. And it was really cute. It came out perfect for what I needed it for, and a very, very simple sewing project. Well, when I was reading the comments, I noticed some people said, you know, what if I don't have a sewing machine, or can you do it with fabric glue? And I've never used fabric glue before, so I'm not sure, but I was kind of curious about it. My husband uses this glue for a lot of stuff, and whenever I was reading it, I noticed it said you could use it in the washer and dryer. It's a permanent bond, and he says it holds really, really good. So I had a thought. I got 2 more of the little dry mats, and I'm going to use them, and I'm going to glue them together with this stuff, and I'm going to make another one of those bags and see how it holds up. And I'm going to take you guys along with me. So then we can see if it'll hold, if the glue will hold it. Once I'm done, I'll test it. I'll use it for a little bit, and we'll see how it works. So this is the glue I'm going to use. It's E6000. It's clear. So it dries clear. You shouldn't be able to see it, but he says it holds a lot. So it might work. I don't know. Let's try it and see. So this time I got 2 watermelon drying mats to try it with. And then I'm gonna make it the exact same way that I made my other one. And I'm gonna start by using my little measuring square, and I'm gonna cut a 2x2 square on all 4 of the bottom corners. So now I've measured 2 inches by 2 inches on all 4 of my corners, and I'm gonna cut them out. I want the watermelons to be on the outside of the bag, so I'm gonna lay it down, watermelons faced up. And then I'm gonna put some of this glue. I'm probably gonna make a mess. So I put the glue on this side, and this side. Now I'm gonna lay watermelons down because I'm gonna want that to be the outside. Now I gotta line it up. I'm gonna use my little clips, and I'm gonna clip it together, and I'm gonna let it dry. Okay, so now I'm just gonna let this sit and let it dry, and then once it dries, we'll come back and do our corners. So I'm gonna let this dry, and then I'll be back. So it's the next day. I let this sit overnight to dry. So I'm gonna take my little clips off. So now I'm gonna put some glue in the corners and clamp those and let that sit and dry. Let's see if I can do this without making a mess. And then I'm gonna clamp this down. I'm gonna do this side the same way. All right, so now I have my corners glued, and I'm gonna let this sit and dry. And then once this dries, then we'll flip it over and we'll find something to put a handle on here with. All the seams should be dry now. I'm gonna take my clips off. Now I'm gonna flip it right side out. Cute. In my last video, when I sewed one of these bags together, someone suggested going to the dollar store and buying a dog leash to use for the straps. And I had to go to the dollar store this morning, so I bought a dog leash. Thank you so much to whoever suggested that. That was really a good idea. So I have my dog leash, and I just cut it in half. I'm gonna try to burn the ends of this and see if it'll melt it so it won't fray. I'm sure there's a million different ways to do this. I'm sure there's a better way to do it. And by all means, please do your project that way. This is just something I'm trying. This is just an experiment. I thought the dog leash idea was a really good idea. The bag is 16 inches long. The center would be 8 inches. I'm gonna count in 4 inches, and I'm gonna pin this at the 5th inch. I'm gonna count in 1, 2, 3, 4 inches, and on the 5th inch, I'm gonna put this down 5 inches in, and then I'm going to do the same exact thing with this one. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then on the 5th one in, and I'm going to put a pin in it. I'll flip it over and do the same thing. I'm going to line the second strap up. Now I'm going to try to glue these. So I'm going to fold this over just so I don't glue it to itself. Okay? Now I'm going to take this first one and I'm going to glue it. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on this side of it too. And put a little clamp on it somehow. Put one on both sides. Has anybody ever tried this before with the E6000 glue? If so, how did yours hold up? I'm just curious. Okay, so now I'll flip the bag over and I'm going to glue these 2 straps on. Okay, now I'm going to let this dry and then we'll be back to see what it looks like. We'll have to do some durability tests to see if these bags will hold up. I tried to pull apart the parts that have dried a little bit now, just messing with it to see, and it seems pretty sturdy. So the big kick will be the straps. So yeah, but we'll test it out and see. If so, that'll be pretty neat. I think the black straps and the watermelons are kind of cute. So I went and got me some clothespins, and I'm going to clothespin the top of these. I'll let this dry and then I'll be back once it's dry. Okay, so it's the next day and I've let this sit for a while to dry. And I'm going to take my little, what do you call these things? I don't know. They're super handy though. My little clips, my little sewing clips. I love them. I use them all the time, but I don't know what they're called. And that's it. So there's my little bag. So this one is fully glued together. So now I'm going to use this bag. I'm going to use it when we go on the boat or if I go to the beach or if I go anywhere like that. I'm going to use this bag and I'm going to see if it'll hold up. So for anyone that was asking me if glue would hold, I'm not really sure. I've never tested it. So I'm going to test it and I'm going to see. I did try to pull it apart in some places and I mean, it seemed like it's really on there. So anyway, I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna use it for a little bit and then be sure to follow along and see how it goes, if it does hold up. And if it does hold up, it'll be pretty cool. I'll talk to you guys soon. You have a good day. Bye.